Welcome back, everybody. My name is Grace, or Gibby, whatever you prefer, and today I am doing a live reaction to the release. Now, this release released 3 new weapons from the Memorial Shop, and it updated 4 weapons from the Golden Gift boxes. Now, me personally, you won't catch me buying 3 ultra rare weapons. I did buy the rare one yesterday, though, so as you can see, I've got the winged sapphire staff, which we were about to test out. Hopefully, they had time to update them. It didn't say anything about it in the little notes on the today's event, but we're going to hope that they did. And I've got some gear set up to test it and see exactly what it does and how it does it. So, let's drag these weapons to the top, and then let's stop by Robina's shop as well to pick up another new item. Now, this other new item is something I'm very excited about. It's called well, let's see what it's called. But it is a misc, which gives the player a plus 15 BTH lean. So 15% accuracy and roughly times 0.85 damage. Now that's pretty good, but what's also great is that it's added to new players' inventory. It's called the Ring of Precision. It's kind of dope, honestly. But it's simply a 15 BTH lean applied to the player, and I think that's great because accuracy is a big issue for low-level players. I think I used to recommend everyone to go and buy the Goggernaut helm whenever they started playing the game. So adding this item in built in, people won't be missing all the time. People won't get frustrated as much. It's just a great thing. Okay. So this is the ivory or the sapphire winged staff. So we're going to test this out first. Infuse your water spells with an aura. Oh, what the hell? Where's that pop up? Healing aura. Click to swap to a drowning aura. Oh, no way. Oh, no way. A healing aura? Oh, no way. Okay. Lagoon Leviathan Blast. Let's see what happens. So 3 hits. Power 0.15 regeneration. How much did I heal? Let's see how much I healed from that. I'm gonna lower my HP so I can track it with the battle log. I'm excited. I love healing support. Your boy loves some healing. Quite simply. I'm very hype. Okay, Lagoon Leviathan Blast. What should happen is I receive, it almost doubles the power. Okay, 88 regen. So let's reset. Well, let's not reset. Heal about 50 for 3 turns off a spell cast. The weapon is a 20 proc. Oh, did I just heal? No, okay. It was the base regen that healed me. So that's cool. That's cool as hell. Let's see what it does offensively. And we're going to mix it up. We're going to use Grand Erosion. The drowning aura of your staff causes the spell to burn your foe's lungs. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, that burn is level 60, is it not? Burn level 60, power 3, duration 3 rounds. Let's just see how much he gets burned by. 41. Curious. I'm going to pause the recording, get the mind gauntlet, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I'm stuck on the loading screen, and I believe that's because I equipped Lorekeeper's Oath into my inventory. Because I realized that they wanted to update it, and oh, never mind. It was just slow. I'll stop talking smack now. In that case, get right back to the combat practice trainer. Oh, can't load the player though. Well, let's see what happens. I'll pause and we'll rejoin once I connect or disconnect. Okay, so as you can see, we've loaded in. Oh, whoops, I made it full screen. But we've loaded in, and you can see I'm not holding a weapon, which is a little peculiar because it just happened to be that Lorekeeper's Oath is in my inventory as the one where my login slots are, so I equipped it automatically, and it seems to be invisible. Let's take off my shield and see if I can click it. So I'm going to switch off the weapon so I don't glitch again. But as I was saying, before we got to talking about Lorekeeper's Oath, the spell weapons are bugged. They have the wrong power level. So this is going to inflict a power level 60 burn, and obviously at level 150 it would be doing much more damage. But overall, a water burn and a regen effect on water spell casts, I think that's great. Water is actually one of the only elements that we do have a good free-to-play efficient spell. The one from the Pirates like quest, like Riptide or whatever, or Undertow. So I think that's great that we have that efficient spell to spam with this spell. Maybe stack up some regen. Maybe do something different. I'm not sure. What I'm going to do now is cast Ancestral Forbiddance and see if it works on water spells without a hit. And it doesn't seem like it. Also, interestingly, if you cast Ancestral Forbiddance, the power bugs out to the same level as the other spell. So that's just interesting, but not really relevant. So, the Winged Sapphire Staff, it's bugged on release, as per usual, but the effects, I really like it. I love some cool healing support, and I love an extra offensive status. Now, I'm not going to spend ultra rares on the other three staffs, but I will tell you what they do. So they all pay 20% melee and end up getting an overall 60% melee worth of effect. So they're quite strong. That's like 60% melee is a power 6 burn for one turn. Or and if it's a 50% save, it's like a power 12 burn for one turn. So that's quite strong. It's a lot of power packed into these weapons. The dark one, Eye of the Underworld, can do a 4-turn dark poison or a 4-turn fear. The Seraph of Calamity can do a 3-turn blind or a 4-turn light burn. The Luminous Whiff, the wind one, can do a 3-turn defense boost to the player, which is kind of cool, honestly, and it's based off enemy wind resistance, or a 4-turn choke, which is so sick. I love choke. Super unbalanced, super OP, but I love it. It's fun to use. So I think Luminous Whiff is going to be the big winner of the release because choke is just extremely potent as a status. And then Winged Sapphire Staff, as you can see, gives regen or a water burn. That's great. I think that's awesome. I think that's exciting. And I like these staff reworks. Do I think they're worth ultra rares? For the average player, no. For a person who loves mage and maybe doesn't want pure damage from the pure damage cutlasses, 100% yes. These are all pretty unique effects. They can synergize with other spells. Like, I don't think we have a Darkness Poison spell, but we definitely have a Dark Fear spell. So you could get a stronger Fear with the Eye of the Underworld or a stronger Light Blind with the Seraph of Calamity, because we do have a Light Blinding spell. I can't recall the name off the top of my head. But there's lots of things you can do with this. So I'm very excited for these staff weapons. I'm sure people are going to come up with creative ideas. Let's get into something a little more fashionable, shall we? Oh, well, this doesn't show the weapons, so. Scathing Dreamweaver. I actually love the color scheme. So, those are the staff weapons from the ultra rare gift boxes. Let's look at the Ivory Power Strider weapons, which are from the Memorial Shop. You saw me buying those earlier. This weapon was made in memoriam of a legendary Power Strider and strikes your foes with blasts of energy. It can unleash potent blasts of energy that empower your outgoing energy damage for a few turns. So what it sounds like is that these weapons have an effect that can give energy elemental empower, which is sick. Let's take a look at the weapon. I like it. I like it. Let's take a look at the... Ooh, a gun. How many hits? Gat. Okay, 2-hit weapon. Does it have a true proc? I guess we can't tell if it has a true proc. That's okay. No click toggles. Doesn't seem to have a click toggle. The baton is a magic weapon. See, I never really got why they made batons magic weapons. They've done it a few times. Oh, is it a 100 proc? Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's a 100 proc. Let's just attack a couple times and see if we can proc the energy empowerment. I would love to. I would. My goal, my ideal for these weapons, would be that it's a click skill, and that gives you the energy empowerment, so you can predict when it's going to happen. But it doesn't seem like that. Or if it is supposed to be a click skill, they're bugged to not work right now. Which, let's be real, bugged on release is classic for AQ. I bash them for it a little bit. Oh, what the hell? The Might of a Legendary Strider empowers your energy damage. 1.188 for 2 rounds. 3 rounds, because it seemed like it happened before my attack went off. Magic weapons, so it increases outgoing damage for energy only. Okay, let's, so I assume that was a 20 proc true special. Let's see. Yes, okay, so the melee sword is a 20 proc, so I assume each weapon has a 20% chance of doing this special, and giving you energy elemental empowerment. I mean, energy elemental empowerment is good, for sure. I think it's a little unfortunate that they're RNG dependent. However, this could be part of a staff plan to make proc weapons more appealing, even though they're a little bit RNG dependent. Um, because there were talks about making FD Warrior like useful and balanced off 20 procs. I'm not going to get into it because I don't really remember. But basically, the reason they might be making these weapons 20 procs is because 20 procs will have more modern benefits during a future update to the lean system. So I'm not going to judge it too harshly. I do think for the average player at the moment, these weapons being 20 procs rather than a targetable effect or a once per battle click effect or a click skill does make them less appealable or less appealing because, for example, you might be using Santa Avenger. I don't know why you'd be using Santa Avenger with an energy weapon, but just hear me out. Let's say you use the weapon skill and you want to use the weapon skill, and maybe you've imbued it to energy because you want that energy damage or whatever. Just roll with me. If you get that 20 proc, your skill will be canceled, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just gone. It's just yeeted. See, like, look, my ice skill is gone. Now I did the same damage because I don't have any strength. I'm using a melee weapon, but regardless, that's like the main drawback to 20 procs, and they're a little bit less efficient, like only by a couple percent. But so that's like they're unreliable because they're a 20 proc. So I don't love that about the weapons. That being said, the gun looks dope. The baton, I'm not a baton fan, so like I'm not gonna say the baton looks sick, but I do love the simplistic blade and stuff of the sword. I do love the look of the blaster. What do I use for energy on my current ranger? I think I use Storm Shadow, so I might replace it with this. This could be kind of fun. Um, oh, that was a mistake. I clicked on Lore Keeper's Oath, so we'll be at loading for a little bit. Anyways, I like the weapons. I think it's unfortunate for the moment that they're 20 procs. Maybe staff has a plan to make 20 procs more appealing, or maybe they don't. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I load in. I might have to pause and reset. But so let's recap. The mage staves, I think those are great, great effects for spellcasters. I think they're going to become really fun to use. I think there's going to be some unique synergies. I'm excited to see how they spice up the mage build. I don't think they're too excessive power creep. These energy weapons, they look sick. I like that they're accessible and an accessible form of Elian power. I do think it's unfortunate that they're built on a RNG proc system rather than a clickable or like a player predicted. Maybe it could be something like you attack and you have a chance of the next turn you get the alien power, so at least you can predict it that time. I don't know if that's possible, but like making it more reliable, I think would be a great improvement. But maybe staff has a plan for 20 procs that I don't know about. Now we're going to talk about Neko Doll and Lorekeeper's Oath, and it seems like Lorekeeper's Oath is crashing the game. So what I'm going to do is pause and reset the recording and then get right back to you. Okay, so we got back into the game. I cleared the cache. Seems to have solved the problem. What you can see now is the weapon does melee damage, weapon does ranged damage. That's the new change. And magic damage, of course. Now it can be purple when you toggle it to harm, or orange when you toggle it to fire. That's the whole update. It does range now, and that's kind of big because rangers have very few harm weapons, especially spears. I think there's only one, and it's an ultra rare golden gift box. So that's a nice update. Love to see that. Now, the last thing that changed with this update that I know of was first of all the birthday shop. Now, I think they actually messed up the birthday shop. I'll take a look because the staff birthday shop, I think they made everything available instead of just the relevant items. Like we have Lorekeeper's Oath and Possessed Diabolical Blade and Call Maple Beaver. I don't know. I don't even know what this is for because this isn't a Guardian shop, but whatever. And Afterlife X's thing and the faces for these people. Which I think is it's cute, honestly, that they have people's faces. I don't know if they actually look like this in the real world. I would assume not, given that Cam probably doesn't have red eyes, but you never know. I'm not one to judge. I actually don't know who this is. Maybe this is who the Maple Beaver is from. But anyways, this shop is out. Probably has too much stuff, so if you don't have the pet or the Possessed Diabolical Blade, grab them quick, because they're probably going to fix the shop soon. And the faces, if you're interested. This face is kind of cute. I kind of like it. I like Cam's face too, but it's a little silly looking. Like it's kind of old. But either way, the next big update is the Neko Doll change. Now, the Neko Doll Empress, and if you're worried about how I changed characters, don't worry about it. But the Neko Deadly Empress doll got changed. It used to be a weird hit counting charge item, which actually was abusable with things like Fireball Z or the Bun Bun's Wind Spell, which is 12 hits. You could actually make it kind of hit numbers, but it did a harm attack off hit count. It was kind of bad, unless you like abused it. But they updated it, so it's completely different. What it now does is, excuse me, I got a phone call. I'm a busy bee. But it does something different now, which is Fire Bomb. It has 2 click skills, and it does fire damage up by 20 and luck up by 50. And it has the 2 skills are Bomb Transmutation, which pays 100% melee, so not 392 SP, to inflict a 2-turn Fire Spirit Seed, and it doubles with its 50% save to be 200% melee. So each class is like a spell. I can't tell exactly how it works because if it's not quick cast, it should be stronger or cheaper. So I think it must be quick cast, which is kind of cool. But it inflicts a spiritual seed, which like takes 2 turns and then blows up and does more damage. And the second is the sheer heart attack, which does take your turn and 100% in SP, so 392 or 490 for a mage. And it does a spell-like skill, which has auto hit, so it does an extra. It's multiplied by 0.8 for the new auto hit penalty, and it tends half of its damage to do a fire burn, which is auto inflict. So the burn is auto inflict, which is kind of cool because auto inflict statuses let you do pretty much anything to any monster, even unbeatables like Karnax. So you could get your burn triggers on Karnax or Saphira. So that's dope. Is it worth an ultra rare? Probably not. And apparently Spiritual Seed as a status is kind of buggy. So I don't know how strong the item is. But honestly, I hope it's still bad because the meme potential will be great if they reworked it and it's still terrible. So that's pretty much it. We got some dope mage staves. We got some pretty looking, difficult to use, difficult to see how I'm going to use them in normal fights, but cool looking energy weapons. And I like that they're accessible. Maybe I'll find a use for Yulgar only strategies. and we got an update to the Neko Empress doll, which if you have it on day 1, it's quick cast and there's no click lockout, so you can click it an infinite number of times and stack up a crazy number, but they're probably going to patch that, which is a bummer. Well, not really a bummer because it's busted, but it's funny. It's funny as hell because the item was bad for so long and now it's finally good, but it'll get bug fixed so that it's bad again. But cool item, cool update, and we got Lore Keeper's Oath as a ranged toggle, and we got the Ring of Precision, and I'll equip the misc so you guys can read the little effects. Ring of Precision, a powerful ring for those who demand accuracy in combat, granting 15 bonus to hit, although your attacks deal 85% damage. Pretty little ring. Love the way it looks. Love the way it works. Happy about this item. But that's pretty much it for this release. I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys was a little bit thought provoking. I'll see if I can come up with some ideas for the water regen, for the water burn. I think I don't know if we have any water burn spells that are like easily accessible, but I could look for some. Let me know in the comments if you can think of a water burn spell or a darkness poison spell or something to that effect that we can use to synergize with these weapons very well. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Spread some peace and love. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.